Bob was a prophet. I know Bob was a messenger. I won't stress his head about he's a prophet. I know that he's a messenger. His understanding was God owns everybody's conscience. You see, when a person is alone, they aren't alone. And that is what people have to answer for on the day of reckoning, you know. So I don't think he would be as quarter if he didn't have that understanding.
All his aim, his desire was in music, nothing else, you know, nothing else really that he was interested in. Beside, you know, music, that was his main thing. What I really know is reggae music. He might play other music or interested in other music, but this is the one that I really know. Because you see, that's how he put the message out to the whole world, you know. So he put out his message in song, that everybody should come together as one, live as one, and, you know, nothing better than that. How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. That's Bob's aim and his desire, to see everybody live in peace and harmony in this world. Because that's what let the world go round, you know, love.
He's the one who teaches us everything that we know, singing and playing and things like that, because as his children, we followed his footsteps, you know, as an artist. I mean, it's also an inborn conception too, because all of our family is musician. Our grandmother is a musician, you know, our uncle is musician, our auntie is musician, all of the family is musician.
One particular song that stands out in my mind is a song called Small Axe. In this song, he's saying, if you're a big tree, then I'm a small axe and I'm ready sharp to cut you down. This was, you know, with reference to taking on the system.
So if you want a big tree, you're a small axe, ready to cut you down, to cut you down.
The one thing I did like about Bob Marley, apart from the music, was his taste in women. Now, if as a Rastafarian he treated his women as second-class citizens, I was not a party to that. But I did see him turn up in various places on various TV shows and various concerts with some of the best-looking women. Now, as a Rastafarian, he obviously believed that he was in a relationship and they should bear his children. Hence, the Marley estate, the Marley family, the many children of Bob Marley, all with different mothers. But boy, did he have some good-looking girlfriends.
I think there's some parts of the world where it's frowned upon, but if you look as every child that you bring into this world as a blessing, then he was blessed.
I think people put in a bit too much pressure on the gentleman. He love woman, man.
It's not uncommon for anyone growing up in Jamaica to have kids with different women, and of course, if you're an artist like Bob, the great Bob, of course, there are going to be more options.
I believe that in Jamaica, even the next guy in the band that played the bass, they call him Family Man, yeah, because he have many children, you see. So, being Bob Marley now, and you love woman, and as a Rasta, them don't believe in conception, like probably abortion and stuff like that, you know. And from a woman get pregnant, you know, if you have a baby. so you have a lot of children, you know what I mean? See, so you're trying to ask me if Bob Marley was a bedroom bully, but I don't think so. A lot of guys love it, a lot of girls love that as well, you know what I mean? For Bob Marley was a handsome man, so, you know what I mean? Enough women will want to be with a handsome man, you know, see?
Marley was becoming revered as a mystic and prophet. His influence was noted by politicians. When Bob was approached by the then Prime Minister Michael Manley, offering to stage a free concert, he agreed. Throughout the island, civil war raged between rival political factions. And now that Bob had become an international celebrity, politicians sought to use him as a pawn in their power struggles. On the night of 25th of November 1976, assassins crept into his mansion and opened fire. Bob, along with Rita and his manager Don Taylor, were among those hit.
As a manager in the music business, the most remarkable event that happened in Bob Marley's career to me is when his manager took the bullet. We've seen all the movies about the security people around the American prison. Would you take the bullet? He apparently, if I can remember rightly, he was at home or in his manager's house and some assassin came in to shoot him, and Don Taylor, his manager, leant across him and took the bullet. Now, in Jamaica, there's always been terrible violence to do with politics and elections. I think it was at the time of one of the elections, and both parties tried to claim him as their own so that they could get his followers to vote for their party. And it was a political situation. Somebody obviously felt it was better to have him off the scene, and then he couldn't be used by either party. Well, being a manager, you think about that and think, my acts are quite nice, but I don't think I'm going to take the bullet for them.
There was a politician thing going on in Jamaica at the time, you know, trying to pull him on this side, you know, what party. But because he was on God's side, you know, they never agree with that. So they tried to frighten him.
Bob Marley was shot by a politician, you know. Yeah? To be a president in Jamaica, you have to be corrupted. Any kind of politician, you have to be corrupted. I don't think Bob Marley would want to be a president because politics is too corrupted.
Whether or not Bob Marley would have made a good politician is difficult to say. I think he might have declined to be a politician, but I think he would have made a great politician's advisor.
If he was an MP, the area would be positive, you know. Anyone would tell you if he was an MP, you know. But the politician, very dangerous, you know. Politics is life and death, you know. Very selfish.
How could a man who fight against politics become a politician? You see? Bob Marley was more like a revolutionist. Yeah? Bob Marley was like the vice for Rasta, because the things what Rasta was saying in Jamaica, Bob Marley could say it for them through the music. And the way Jamaica is, you have one television station at those days. Yeah? And most people listen to the radio. Or you buy the paper. Some people couldn't afford the paper. So a lot of people listen to the music. That's why you have reggae music more times so well political in a way, because people can get the message when they want to hear through the music. You see? So Bob music is like a vice Rasta, because everything time you hear Bob talk about Rastafari, you know, because it was nothing else than a Rasta. You see?
Ghetto youth, tired of the constant political infighting, banded together in a mammoth reggae concert for peace. It ended with Prime Minister Michael Manley and opposition leader Edward Seaga on stage, shaking hands in an appeal for peace. The man responsible for it all, they say, was Bob Marley. Bob, you've been labeled a powerful political individual. How do you regard that?
Well, I mean, yeah, we try to make really bring peace, knowing that we really can't solve a problem with a war, you know. It doesn't really solve a problem. We don't feel like really killing someone. Whose problem am I going to solve when I kill someone? You know what I mean? So I figure the peace is the best thing. And that's why I go ahead and work with it, because it was a spiritual thing what happened.
But isn't what you need some sort of social, legislative change? The economic conditions are bad. You have a lot of people who are unemployed.
What's really going to happen now is that we don't really want the island to change. We want the world to change.
And his music is how he gets his message across. Rastafarianism is very popular in Jamaica, yet in Canada and the United States it has a bad reputation. People are associated with